Oh, I just threw a bullseye. Did you miss it? Hey everybody, it's Chris Cashman behind the scenes here at a cool new spot in South Lake Union. It's not even open for a couple of days, but the taps are flowing. They gave me some darts and let's have some fun. Oh wait, darts, that's how it works. I'll tell you all about it tonight on Evening. Was that on the board even?
See the beauty of the Skagit Valley in the spring and take some of it home with you at the only U-Pick Daffodil Farm.
I'm St. Brian in 5. Find out why so many foodies are getting their comfort food fix right here at a Harley-Davidson dealership.
Plus, why this Lummi Island farm is growing crops underwater.
This is the most fun I've had on the water.
And welcome to Evening from South Lake Union, now home to Flight Club Seattle. What exactly is it? Flight Club Seattle, this is a high-energy social darts concept that actually started in the UK. What exactly does that mean? Well, now that you've got one right here in your neighborhood and the first on the West Coast, we thought we'd tell you about it.
Welcome to Flight Club. We are so excited to be here in South Lake Union. We are a social darts concept. We have craft cocktails. We have great shareable food. This is our mimosa tower. We've got our cranberry, grapefruit, orange juice, and pineapple juice mimosas, so you can come in and have some of our brunch on the weekends and Fridays.
And it's not your typical dartboard. There's technology that tracks every throw with precision. Cameras above each dartboard measure where darts land down to the millimeter.
I think people are going to be really excited to try something different. You know, there's a lot of different options out there for those social entertainments, but here we are with something new and exciting, and darts is just kind of an up-and-coming just fad that everybody's always loved. It's kind of a traditional thing, but here we are bringing that technology aspect to it.
Plus, players can choose from a variety of unique games.
We have our dartometer set up. We got to throw the first dart, and we're hoping to hit 10,000 darts today and just keep that tracker going and hoping to hit 1 billion darts by maybe mid-May.
The fun isn't just for adults either. Families are invited too.
We are 21 and over after 6 p.m. and all day on Saturdays, but we definitely welcome in families, 3 to 6 p.m. and then on Sundays as well. It's a great place to come in for date night, or if you're coming in for an event for an after-work party, just come and see us.
We are just warming things up here with friends and family. Flight Club Seattle officially opens March 27th. Consider making a reservation or just swing by, hat out from the rain, have some fun here. And speaking of which, don't let this weather fool you. A sure sign of spring is currently blooming in the Skagit Valley, the daffodils. Most fields, of course, forbid you from picking, but at this farm, you can pick your own bouquet.
Tulip Valley Farms in Skagit Valley is known for one thing. But this spring, a new flower is stealing the show.
This year we have daffodils. That is our new thing, and we're so excited. They're blooming and beautiful.
And guests are invited to pick them.
This is a U-Pick farm. You can pay and pick some daffodils.
Owner Holly Miller planted 16 varieties, and they go far beyond basic yellow.
I love the Obdum. It's a double white daffodil, and it looks kind of like a peony. It's really pretty. And then we have some that have pink in them too, like Replete has peachy pink and white.
Mara Bahar drove from Seattle with her son Asher, his very first U-Pick.
It's incredible. If I'm being honest, I think we realized that Tulip Valley, where you can pick them, was kind of our favorite experience.
This is the first time the farm has grown daffodils. It's been a pleasant surprise.
Our daffodils have been so fun, and they're very strong. The wind comes and they just stay strong.
Holly has also stayed strong thanks to these cheerful flowers.
I've gone through some depression and anxiety over the years, and I've had a big job as being a mom. I've got 6 kids under 12. Once they started growing up, I wondered what I would do.
What she did? Lean into creativity.
There's a pink hyacinth.
Since her husband Andrew is colorblind, it fell to Holly to decide where the millions of bulbs would be planted and how the whole farm would look. From the daffodil earrings in the store to the displays around the farm, it's all Holly.
And that just brought this purpose to me. I started doing creative things like making lots of things out of tulips and daffodils, and it's been really calming and therapeutic for me.
These flowers are her reset button.
I was overwhelmed by the peace that you can feel from these flowers. They're living things, and there's so many of them, and you just walk through, and it's very therapeutic. When we're busy here, I'll say, I need a minute, and I go and I walk through the tulips and the daffodils, and it just grounds me, and then I can come back and be cheerful again.
For Holly Miller, sharing her fields with guests and sending them home with bundles of blooms is the very definition of flower power.
Thank you. Ooh, that's really pretty.
Tulip Valley Farms is open Wednesday through Sundays in March. The tulips are just coming in, and yes, you can pick those too. Meanwhile, in the city of Fife, some of the best eating at the least likely of places. St. Brian is standing by with the South Sound's best kept secrets until now.
Hey, you'd never know it was here because there are no signs, but inside this Harley-Davidson dealership, you will find some of the best Southern comfort food in all of the Northwest.
How y'all doing?
At Destination Harley-Davidson, you'd expect to find lots of shiny chrome and glossy leather jackets, but French toast and chicken served with a syrup so good, it's called sweet gravy?
Man, this ain't gonna last very long.
That's just one of the surprises you'll find at Lizzie Lou's too.
I treat everybody like a guest walking in, but when you leave as family. So when you come in, I might say, hey, cousin.
Nessa grew up on the east side of Tacoma, riding motorcycles, working corporate America, traveling the country, and somewhere along the way, falling completely in love with feeding people.
Here, you see this?
That's only on Twitter.
Years ago, she'd bring treats to her friends at the dealership. One kindness eventually led to another.
Never having had my own brick and mortar, we were born.
And here's your bestseller 4 years running, the loaded shrimp and grits, which includes not just shrimp and not just grits, but eggs, creamy cheese, and crab. It's like Mardi Gras for your mouth. And while you'll find hot sauce here, you best not be asking for salt.
We take our time to make sure everything's seasoned right. We don't offer salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard, barbecue ranch, none of that. We do it right at Lizzie Lou's the first time.
Through word of mouth, Lizzie Lou's can get busy.
And I told these guys, Lizzie makes her food with love. She's very welcoming, and all the chefs back there do a great job.
But Nessa's favorite customers are still the ones looking for the kind of hogs that come on two wheels.
The heart of a motorcyclist is just what it is. They have a passion for riding their motorcycles, and so they have a passion for a lot of things in life. And one of those things is good food.
Good food served with sweet gravy and a special kind of kindness is exactly what you'll find among all those shiny bikes.
You feeling good, ready to work? Okay, yeah. Okay, yes.
Thank you, St. Lizzie Lou's 2 is open Wednesday through Saturdays, 10 to 4.
Still to come, Flight Club Seattle's culinary director reveals their menu featuring elevated food and craft cocktails.
It's a win-win-win for the Sailor Sea.
And the underwater farm making waves in San Juan County.
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
And welcome back to Evening from the all-new Flight Club Seattle. We're here with Jeff, the culinary guru, and this menu looks incredible, but I'm distracted by this delicious-looking espresso martini tower over there. You've got drinks.
Yes, we have elevated drinks, elevated food, and you can see we have a couple of our cocktails here. We have the Kiwi Giblet right here. We also have our Snapdragon. We also offer some local draft beers as well.
All right, and this menu is arguably sharper than the darts themselves. What are some of these highlights here? This is incredible.
Yeah, so if we kind of go through this, we have some of our classic favorites here, like our truffle parm fries, our poke tacos here, cannolis with a nice little pistachio crust on there.
Crowd pleaser.
pepperoni sausage flatbread with a little bit of Mike's Hot Honey. So
Gotta
it's a nice
have chips and
classic
guac.
there. Yep, chips
Gotta
and
have it.
guacamole, gotta have that, right? This is one of our new menu items we're actually doing is we're launching our spring menu here in Seattle. So we added the gyros to the menu here. We also have one of our classic dishes of our lobster elote dip. So it's almost like a street elote, but we actually do the tahini chips instead of tahini inside. And then one great thing about this dish here, this is our barbecue beef brisket sliders. We do a culinary competition
Award
every year.
winners.
Yep. So we do a culinary competition with all of our venues, and this was our winner this year. So.
Well, I'm not going to take your word for it. I have to try all of it for quality control
Yes.
purposes. We'll do that. In the meantime, we'll send you all to Whatcom County, where they're growing a very special crop underwater.
Are we lucky or what? We live in paradise.
It's an area that's been feeding souls for centuries.
We're on Lummi Island. This is Lego Bay. Before settlers came here, this was a favorite beach for the Lummi Nation.
Now, longtime Lummi resident Riley Starks has teamed up with others to produce a crop that's new to commercial farming in our area.
We're the first fully permitted commercial seaweed farm in the state of Washington. It's a win-win-win for the Salish Sea because it's healthy food, it helps the environment tremendously. You have to start with kelp from around here. It goes from, you can't even see the seeds, they're so small, to fronds that are 10 feet long. We're just hand pulling, basically.
Each line they pull in can weigh hundreds of pounds.
We just fill a tote and then we deposit it on the tender.
We figure we can get about 500 pounds in these tall ones.
Some will be frozen. The rest of it is going to go to a dehydrator in concrete.
With its different flavor profiles and numerous health benefits, Riley says food is a natural market for their produce from the deep.
We're concentrating on culinary because I have a culinary background and people eat seaweed all over the world.
Chef Luke Kolpen first cooked with seaweed when he worked at the famed restaurant Noma in Copenhagen.
They would be at least 20% of the menu would have something in it.
Now back in the States, Luke uses seaweed in some of the food he makes at his restaurant, Cedar and Elm.
We make a really nice roasted seaweed kelp oil to go with an olive oil cake. It adds a different element that you wouldn't normally get.
Seaweed farming in Washington is still in its seed stage.
Look at this beautiful kelp. I mean, it is gorgeous, isn't it? I think we have 4,000 or 5,000 pounds on board right now. We're out of totes, so we have no more room.
But Riley and others hope that the work they're doing now will continue to grow into the future.
This is the most fun I've had out on the water.
Keep an eye out for Riley and his crew's next project. Last year they did a seaweed festival, and I, for one, hope they keep it rolling. From seafood to eat food. We'll be right back.
Up next, Flight Club Seattle's general manager challenges us to a game of darts. And the Gig Harbor artist who's scratching his way to success.
Picklewood is kind of loosely based on Bushwood from Caddyshack, the movie. Our whole thing here is we want to be country club vibe, not take ourselves too seriously as a country club, obviously.
Mixing pickleball with, a great food and beverage program was an idea that I had to be really similar to bowling alley or Topgolf. Just the ability to come and relax a little bit, play pickleball, and have a beer is kind of the vibe we're going for. We just wanted to be a place where people can come and hang out, even if you're not playing pickleball.
And welcome back to Evening from South Lake Union, now home to Flight Club Seattle. We're hanging out with the general manager, Megan. This is such a cool place. I love the technical component to an old-fashioned game. There's instant replay. Anything I should know here? It's been a minute since I threw darts. I'm trying to impress the viewers. Maybe I'll nail it.
Just take aim and don't worry about keeping score. We do that for you.
Oh! And one of the cool parts is that not only does it keep score, but you're keeping score. You've got a leaderboard around the world. How many darts have been thrown in Seattle? So we got to stack the deck, right?
Absolutely. We've already hit 10,000 darts here in Seattle, and the number is counting. We're hoping to hit 1 billion darts across all of our locations by about mid-May.
I love it. Maybe even got instant replay. I'm going to work on my game, but we're going to send you out to Gig Harbor, where a local artist is quite literally scratching his way to success.
Most people have never heard of Scratchboard. Never heard of it. Most people think they're photographs, and people do get confused. They think it's a photograph, but it's not.
These are the works of Steve Hammond, a Gig Harbor artist who seems to have discovered Zen and the art of drawing in reverse.
I wear a glove so I don't mark the board with the oil of my hand. And it's just a slow process of taking the black away to reveal the lightest areas and sometimes leaving the black altogether so that you don't have to scratch it at all. It works just fine.
Steve started his career making big splashes with colorful portraits of animals. Now his canvas is a hard board with white chalk and layers of black India ink baked on top. Every flick of a scalpel reveals the white underneath, breathing life into his art.
I like to start with eyes. If I get the eyes right, then I know the piece will look right? And then I work from there out.
This isn't the kind of art that can be knocked out in one sitting.
It's very time-consuming. The pieces on the wall in the back there, the woman and the gorilla, took me approximately a month to maybe a month and a half on each one of them.
Steve has already been working on this gray crane for 2 weeks.
Feathers take a long time because they're little tiny scratches next to each other.
Watching Steve work is a bit like being in the presence of a Zen master.
I just get focused on the detail of it, the detail that you get out of a piece. If you really take your time, it just shows in the end.
At Tacoma's Barlow Gallery, co-owner Ron Stevenson says visitors crowd around Steve's art.
They're not quite sure how it was created, but the subject matter is always compelling.
This portrait, titled Beautiful Gaze, took Steve 4 months.
Her skin was made with dots, and there's a million dots on this piece.
Powwow Dancer is Steve's most challenging work.
And that's because it has feathers, it has skin, it has leather, it has beads.
Hours, weeks, and months pass as Steve creates new works, but the results, in black and white, speak for themselves.
It amazes me at times. I'm like, this turned out really cool. It's really wonderful. That's the best part about the art form. It's so unique.
Cool stuff. Steve is a member of the International Society of Scratchboard Artists, and he hopes to teach it to others. Something about all that scratching's making me itchy.
When evening returns, we head to a Fall City coffee shop that has become the gathering point of the community, thanks to 3 determined women and a treehouse master.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening from Flight Club Seattle, opening March 27th. Come check it out. Meanwhile, there is a place in Fall City where you can sip a latte up in a tree.
It's the only coffee house where you'll find kids clambering up a tree like squirrels. When Aroma Coffee opened up in Fall City 5 years ago, among the first customers was a local celebrity, master treehouse builder Pete Nelson, who said, you know what this place really needs? A tree fort.
And we were like, yeah, we do actually, that would be great. And so he brought us drawings of the most beautiful tree fort we'd ever seen. And then we heard nothing for a couple years. And this fall he came to us and said, guess what? We have permits, we're building a tree fort.
It's going to be a beautiful wooden sculpture, essentially, that is based on the designs of the traditional Norwegian stave churches. These are these 1,000-year-old wooden churches that are still in existence in Norway.
For 2.5 months, Pete Nelson and his crew built the tree fort as customers watched, sipping coffee. The fun has only just started. This is the first Pete Nelson treehouse completely open to the public.
It's a fun place to play, huh, Hayden?
So magical.
People are discovering it still all the time. It's so fun to have both kids and adults alike just up and down the stairs coming to visit.
Our tagline is gather, savor, linger. And now that we have the tree fort, we love to say gather, savor, linger, play.
So cool. Pete's Tree Fort is open the same time as Aroma Coffee, Monday through Saturday. All right, that'll do it for us here at Flight Club Seattle. Thanks to the team for taking us behind the scenes, giving us a little sneak preview. It opens up officially March 27th. Make a reservation or just stumble in for some social darts. We'll see you next time.